For 22 years, a brutal suburban murderer remained unsolved, until hidden DNA exposed a killer nobody suspected. A chilling 911 call shattered the morning silence, revealing blood, chaos, and a mystery investigators chased for decades. At first, every clue pointed nowhere, leaving detectives trapped in a mystery growing colder with every passing year. Then, decades later, a tiny piece of DNA quietly revealed the truth hiding in plain sight. What detectives uncovered next would finally expose a shocking betrayal buried inside a quiet Maryland family.
Hands up. Raise your hands slowly, or any sudden movement could be fatal. What the underscore is happening, you're ignoring every instruction I give. I can't handle your defiance right now. Obey or face consequences immediately. This arrest is over 22 years in the making. Detectives discovered a murdered woman inside her home. Evidence scattered everywhere. Clues were left behind, but none pointed to a clear suspect. The case began to grow cold, leaving investigators desperate for answers quickly. Investigators refused to stop, despite the trail going completely cold. A breakthrough in DNA finally revealed the killer hiding in plain sight. Messages and evidence from previous weeks remained untouched and intact. All the files and communications from past investigations were still clearly visible. I don't mean disrespect, but I've cooperated fully from day one. I've answered questions honestly, providing every detail I could possibly recall. There were no tears, just exhaustion and eyes bloodshot red. My eyes were red and parched, completely drained from constant questioning. I'm dehydrated, exhausted, and completely drained from everything that has happened. My body itched, my eyes bloodshot, my energy spent after long questioning. On May 2nd, 2001, Montgomery County received a chilling 911 call. The emergency line buzzed urgently from 4824 Drummond Avenue, Chevy Chase, Maryland. I work for a company. We haven't heard from one employee. Walking into the house, blood was smeared across the foyer floors. Something violent had clearly occurred inside the quiet suburban home. Overturned furniture and bloodstains told a story of extreme brutality. Brett realized 50-year-old Leslie Pryor had not arrived at work. Hours passed and worry grew, prompting a call to Leslie's husband, Sandy. Entering the home, overturned tables and walls stained with blood greeted them. Leslie was missing, prompting the frantic 911 call for immediate assistance. "Are you still in the house?" The dispatchee asked urgently. "Yes, we're inside, but something terrible has happened," Sandy replied nervously. The last time Sandy saw Leslie was early that morning. She had planned a short walk to the bus, leaving the house. Police rushed inside, finding Leslie's lifeless body in the master bathroom. Autopsy revealed multiple blunt force trauma and strangulation, confirming homicide. Beaten near the foyer, then dragged upstairs. Leslie's body was discarded. Signs of struggle indicated no forced entry. Neighbors reported no prior issues. Detectives spoke with Brett to understand the sequence of terrifying events. Brett detailed what he saw, sharing disturbing observations of the crime scene. The rug was scrunched, blood splattered in the corner near the door. Brett pointed out a purse on the floor, partially soaked in blood. "Look at this," Brett said, his voice shaking with disbelief. Sandy called out for Leslie, his voice cracking, fear evident in every word. The dog moved cautiously through the house, sniffing for any trace. Brett directed Sandy to check the basement. Footsteps echoed ominously below. Upstairs, the staircase bore streaks of blood leading to the bedroom. Sandy discovered the full extent of the violence in the master bathroom. No forced entry suggested the killer was someone Leslie knew. Detectives compiled a list of friends, family, and associates to question carefully. None of the evidence led anywhere, and suspicion lingered over Sandy. Experts couldn't determine the exact time of death, complicating the investigation. Some blood had already dried, raising questions about when Leslie had died. Sandy insisted he saw Leslie leave the house that same morning. Neighbors were puzzled by Sandy's unusual behavior that day. It seemed deliberate, as if he wanted someone to notice his presence. DNA beneath Leslie's fingernails revealed an unknown male, raising immediate concern. Probable suspects tested negative, yet Sandy remained under a shadow of doubt. Sandy hired an attorney, further fueling suspicion among investigators. During a third interview, detectives confronted him aggressively, seeking clarity. "You've erased messages? Are all files still intact?" "No disrespect intended, but I've been honest from the very beginning. The pressure mounted as Sandy's cooperation slowed under legal advice. Sometimes, even attorneys can't tell you how to live with yourself. Lauren Leslie's daughter remained cooperative, despite enduring immense grief. Her past would later provide the key to solving the perplexing case. Detectives revisited notes, neighbors, and evidence repeatedly. Years into the investigation, Sandy remained a lingering suspect, even as the case grew cold again. By 2017, Sandy had passed away, taking possible answers with him, but DNA evidence still existed, hidden in plain sight all these years. In 2022, detectives employed forensic genetic genealogy to revisit the crime. DNA from the crime scene was compared against public databases, revealing relatives. The trail led overseas, hinting at Romanian ancestry linked to an American. Investigators soon discovered a familiar name, close to the original suspect list. Virgil Gagore's name resurfaced, leading back to Eugene Glagor, Lauren's ex. Eugene's past included multiple run-ins with the law and a serious relationship. Despite being related to the DNA match in Romania, guilt wasn't confirmed. Detectives questioned Eugene's brother, Andre, to uncover potential involvement in murder. Andre confirmed Eugene missed Leslie's funeral, raising suspicions about his whereabouts. Records showed Eugene was out of town, a detail investigators found peculiar. Further investigation revealed protection petitions filed by Eugene's ex-wife, alarming detectives. She detailed Eugene's violent, erratic behavior, citing firearms and aggressive outbursts. Detectives awaited Eugene's return from international travel for a controlled DNA test. Officers collected DNA from a discarded water bottle, which matched crime scene samples. Sandy's name was finally cleared, ending decades of suspicion and uncertainty. Detectives moved quickly to arrest Eugene once his DNA confirmed his involvement. Hands up. Step outside immediately. Law enforcement has identified you as a prime suspect. You have a warrant, the officer stated firmly. Tension thick in the air. Eugene was shocked, realizing the DNA evidence left no room for doubt. The investigation spanned over 20 years, unraveling a web of lies. Each new discovery brought chilling revelations about hidden secrets and betrayal. The quiet Maryland community was stunned by the brutal nature of the crime. No one suspected that the killer had been hiding in plain sight.